tuchus on the pusses.
What does that even mean?
I just landed. I sat down and the tuchus went on to pusses. Oh, this isn't even on.
Yes, it is. Now it's off, honey.
I can't hear it.
Gosh, I have to edit those pops out.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking.
There's nothing. I can't hear, or I can't hear anything.
I hear you. Oh, your headphones aren't plugged in. Come on, you silly
Wow.
goose. Jesus, you expect me to do everything for you?
Oh my gosh.
I can't do everything.
So I landed on puss. My drink sucks. It tastes like piss. My wrist hurts. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Watch, I'm going to take a drink. And let's see. Tell me what my face looks like after I drink it, because it's not great.
Okay.
I'm going to try and be as, like,
Just natural and
just
real.
natural
Okay.
and real.
Let's do
All right,
it.
here
Yeah.
I go.
Go for it. She's sipping the drink. You're smiling. It looks like you like it. Is that
No.
delicious?
No, it made my top lip go up high and expose my front teeth to the
Okay.
gum.
Ugh,
Like
interesting.
this.
Yeah, like those dogs that
Yes,
smile
that's
when
a-
they did something
It's a
bad.
discomfort. It's an uncomfortable smile. Did you
Um,
start?
Yeah. We've
Oh.
been going for a little while now. What's up,
Aw,
nuts?
Puss came out
Came out.
because I sat on her.
Bethany's seat is our bed. That's what
Mhm.
she sits on. We have a table we can roll to the middle of the room. She sits in the bed. I sit in the computer chair. And Puss, our lovely little baby cat, she sleeps
In the bed, but under the
blankets.
blanket, so you can never see her, and she's so tiny. And I just like hop on the bed and equally hop on her.
That's what I'm talking
Luckily, cats are like rubber.
about. Boom.
Wow,
Did you
that was
hear
a lot. That was intense in my ears.
Rise Brewing Company oat milk latte, nitro cold brew coffee.
Oh,
It's
God, this
nitro.
drink.
That's why you heard that sound, because it's nitro.
Oh man, that drink is gross. Stop it. We said we're not giving out free advertising
I
anymore.
don't give a fuck.
I do.
Okay, what's up, nuts? Be sure to follow us, ACON Podcast, on Facebook and Instagram. Leave us reviews. Tell a friend about us. What is going on in the
Follow
world
us, like
today?
subscribe. Follow us, like a subscribe. Then post it up with your friends. Post it up with no ends.
I can't I haven't been able to taste or smell anything fully since I got COVID.
Yeah, you sound stuffed right now.
I'm just always, and you know what I was thinking about the other night when I was laying in bed? I was thinking I have like mold growing inside of my sinuses, and there's like black mold in there.
Like the Among Us one, the what we watched, Left Among Us or whatever, when they were mushroom people.
Yeah, because sometimes when I push on my nose, it smells like moldy.
Stop pushing on your nose.
Yeah,
That's atrocious.
like this.
Ew, I don't like the way it looks. Stop
I
it.
smell moldy when I do this.
Oh my God, no. And it's like changing colors. Stop it. You know what my mom used to say when I would touch my face weird? She goes, stop it or it'll stay like that. I almost said that to you
Yeah?
because I was afraid it would stay like that because that's how much I believe what my mother says.
What are some other things people would say? I remember I was told that if you eat seeds, a plant would grow inside of you.
Well, yeah, they definitely don't want you to eat seeds, which are
That's
like
why
the
they push
healthiest.
that.
Oh my God, they say that seeds kill you and
I
they
was
have
horrified.
cyanide and all of that. It's
I-
so bad.
I
They're
ate seeds when I was a little
Amazing
kid.
for us.
I ate seeds when I was a little kid, and I thought trees were gonna grow inside of me.
Yeah, you're a dumbass kid.
Wow,
What a
babe.
dumbass kid.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a person with a tree coming out of them?
There actually is this guy that got a weird case of HPV, and he's called the Tree
Yeah,
Man.
that's a
'cause
wart.
he looks like. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I don't want to see him anymore.
Oh my god.
I can't. My imagination runs wild.
Do
and then
yourselves a favor, everybody. Google the Tree Man.
Tree
And
man.
no, that's Green
Come
Man.
together if you can save me. Climb a tree if you want. Save me.
Got a dog across the way staring at us.
Where? Oh, yeah, because I'm singing his tune.
Google the Tree Man. It's this guy that like scraped his knee. He lives in, I don't know, a third world country somewhere. And he got a weird case of HPV that got infected, and now his skin looks like tree bark. He's
Wow.
covered in tree bark, and it's green and brown.
You could
and
probably scrape it off. It's
They
fungus.
could have. They wanted to, but because of his religion, he would need a blood transfusion, so he didn't do it.
Oh.
So he's covered, and they started to trim like it down. It looked like nails, like
I can't.
fungus-infested nails.
I don't think I can do this.
And they would trim it down. I do sound really stuffed up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Why are you wearing sunglasses?
There, it took you 5 minutes, honey, to ask me why I was wearing my sunglasses.
Why
I was gonna
are
try to get through the whole episode.
Is that why you
wearing
kept
these things.
pushing on your nose and shit, trying to get me to say it?
Not really.
Trying to be all contrived.
Not really. That's not contrived, honey. But
Okay, why are you wearing sunglasses?
I wear my sunglasses
So
at night,
dumb.
so
It's
I
not
can
nighttime.
show-
It is broad daylight.
But it could be nighttime for people listening to us right
I
now.
wonder what the girl's name is in daylight, like broad daylight. Is her name like Vanessa Daylight?
Broad daylight.
Get it?
Good one, honey.
Thank you.
Was there any other things that you were told when you were a kid that, like, your mom or dad told you? I was trying to think of some other.
I mean, I remember, I don't know if mom and dad told me, but I remember like if you'll grow hair on your hand if you masturbate,
Yeah, or you could go blind.
or you can go blind.
They said that to girls too.
No, but I
wonder why.
heard it.
Why wouldn't, if girls masturbated, why wouldn't they go blind or grow hair on their hands? Why did that pertain to you guys?
Because dicks are gross. Just kidding.
What the fuck? What are
I
you
don't
talking
know.
about right
I
now?
don't know. I was kidding.
If you guys heard that, that was the dumpster
Or an alien.
being emptied in the alleyway.
I don't
That's
know.
what it's like
Why?
living
What
in
did they
this.
say to you? What do you
No,
remember?
shoes on the bed or couch is bad luck. So just a
So
way to
these are
keep your
just like
shoes off.
superstitions.
Yeah, superstitious stuff. What else? Don't open an umbrella indoors. That's bad luck. There's other things too. but I can't really-
Don't go under a ladder.
Yeah, don't walk under a ladder.
Don't
of
step on a
course.
crack.
Everybody knows those ones.
Pipe.
What are those called? Just superstitions?
Mm-hmm.
Old wives' tales?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Hey, sweetie.
Puss loves that one about crack.
What you got, babe?
I don't have anything. You said you did. You said you wrote down all the stuff, and you said you didn't want to tell me, so I can
Here's
have my
something.
first
Here's something.
take on here.
Here's something I
Yeah.
just discovered the other day that's going to blow your mind. Speaking of childhood,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. It kind of wraps into this. Did you know that?
Did you know when it snows, my heart goes flying?
Did you know that the ABC song and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star are the same fucking melody?
No.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T.
T-U-B.
Right?
That's crazy, yeah.
Isn't that fucking weird?
Wow. At that time when that stuff was created, do you know how many options they had? Like, right now everything's saturated, but I feel like you
guess-
couldn't come up with another melody
I guess not.
back then.
That was it.
You could have just changed it up to like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Look at how quick I just made a banger. And instead they're like, let's just use the same one.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do, by the way. They just change the lyrics and it sounds exactly the same. In fact, lately, every time we're at the casino or something and we hear the same songs over, we'll sing the original song
Yeah.
to this new stupid song.
Songs are just recycled now.
Because they're dumb. It's just like movies and television. It's like, I'm writing new things. We're writing new things.
Constantly creating.
Why are they continually using the same
Just
old
like
shit?
I'm sure our listeners are all constantly creating content within their lives.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the world is so crazy. Every day that goes by, babe,
Yeah.
I'm fucking tripping out harder and harder.
Yeah.
Harder and harder. I'm looking up at the sky.
Explain what you mean by tripping out.
Like I'm just seeing things differently.
Yeah, same.
The way the moon looks to me now, if you look during the daytime,
It looks like a smile crescent instead of an up and down crescent.
I want to know why the moon is out during the day and the sun
All
is
the
out
time.
during the day when it's supposed to be dark on the other side of the world, and that's where the moon is supposed to be. But I look out there and I see a moon
right
and
above
it's
us.
clear and it's so
Yeah,
big.
it's definitely like, it feels thicker, doesn't it? Because it used to
kind
be
of.
so translucent and diaphanous, and now
Like it's beautiful, but at the same time, I get scared looking at it sometimes. I'm like, that thing,
come?
if it is really what they say it is,
which
it's
one?
it's
Which
another-
thing are you thinking
I'm
they say
talking
it
about
is?
like, the norm. It's this big giant ball.
So not that
floating.
it's plasma, not that there's aliens on the
Right.
dark side of it, and
Right.
it's some sort of spaceship that needs to go.
Or a
not that
reflection of
it's
the
a
Earth. I
reflection
actually
of the
heard
Earth.
a pretty interesting. The guy said it was more like a photo negative of the Earth.
Of the land, yeah.
Of what it used to look like.
Well, and it's still reminiscent of now.
But if you look up there and you really think about it, it's this thing just floating in the sky. And everybody's just walking by it, not even thinking about it. Look up there.
Do
There's
you
a big
remember?
ball there's a ball up there. What is
well,
it?
we don't know if it's a ball. It
I
could
mean,
be a
I didn't
plate.
mean-
It could be a plate.
I
babe.
take that back.
Yeah.
It does seem more like
It
a
is
plate,
see-through.
like a cylinder of a plate, and it's see-through at times. What I meant to say was, there's a big giant object up in the sky
Yeah.
at all times, just floating up there.
Yeah.
And we've all just been like, "That's normal.
That's the way it
not
is.
normal. That's not normal."
Well, you don't know what normal is. But my problem is less about that it's there, because it's been there since I know, right? So to me, I know it that like I only know what I know. I don't know what I don't know. So now though that I am noticing it more because it's out during the freaking day, is that now I notice the inconsistencies of what I once knew to now. So what I mean by that is, I remember the moon being actually kind of the way it's starting to look now, which is, more opaque and crispier on the edges. Whereas like yesterday when we saw it, completely diaphanous, completely the same color blue as the sky.
Yeah.
But then the next day, it's a fucking full-on plate that we can visually see. And then, like, the next day, it's like I was saying before, the crescent part of the moon where it's only being exposed in that, like, C letter or a little bit less than a C.
Yeah.
It was underneath. It was like the smile of it instead of the vertical, like we know in the old McDonald's commercials and anyone who's used a moon, right? And do you remember when I called my friend and I was like, "Hey, do you mind going out and looking at the moon real quick and telling me what you think?" And it was at night when it was super bright and it looked like a smile. And this person was like, "Yeah, it's beautiful. I like it." And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see anything different in this moon? And she's like, "No, looks the same to me." She was like, "Why? What do you think it is?" And I was like, "It's smiling at us."
Yeah.
Instead of going the other perpendicular direction that it's gone my entire fucking life. And she's like, "No, I don't know the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Looks normal to me."
That's what I'm talking about.
It's like,
Everybody just walks by, just not even a care in
babe,
the world.
NPCs, non-player characteristics. No,
What does that mean? What does NPC stand for?
NPC stands for like the main character. They're the little ones.
Non-player character.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
It's a non-player character.
Yeah, we're main characters. These NPCs walking around not noticing shit around them.
Yeah.
That was like, look, we had another person who lives here who didn't notice that all our trees were fucking cut down. And when the day it happened, I was like, "Can you believe this?" As they walked through, and they were like, "What?" And I was like,
Really?
"Yeah." And I was like, the trees are motherfucking cut
'cause
down.
Nobody's paying attention.
Guys, when I say trees cut down, we have a very small courtyard, and it is
3 giant ass
Four.
trees. 4 giant ass trees.
like huge, not oak trees, but like the size of how big oak trees get. And they were completely like pummeled down. And
Everybody's just wrapped up in their own shit, huh?
I was like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with people?
Everybody's just wrapped up in their own shit.
We are so amazing. What is wrong with everyone else?"
Yeah. That's a good point, baby.
Well, all our listeners are the same. That's why they enjoy this.
Oh, thank you all for listening to
Yeah.
us. Man,
You're our people.
what is going on? Do you guys agree with us? Do you think that the moon is not round? That maybe it's a plasma?
You mean not a ball?
A ball, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's not even that we're saying, I'll speak for myself. I'm not saying I know what it is or not. I am open to it being not what I was taught
Right.
and not what I think it is. And my, for lack of a better word, problem is the people that I talk to about this completely unable to have a discussion openly about it. They lose their
They
mind.
shut it down real quick. They get mad about it.
Like, and get emotional about it. It's like, dude, I'm just having a discussion with you. Like, or they can't have a discussion about it because they have no idea. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, okay. I'm just living on this planet and looking around and have a brain that works. So I'm wondering where.
Remember I told you I was talking with a guy and there was another guy there. And the one guy I went up to, I was like, dude, pretty weird. You can see the moon out right now, right? It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then
aren't the people in Argentina waiting for that moon?
right. And then you're like, oh, okay. So obviously the world's flat. And then another guy heard me say that. And then he just looked. He's like, okay. Well, the other guy that was standing with us in the conversation is like, okay, that's my cue to leave. It's like, where are you going? What are you talking about? We're talking about stuff. And then the other buddy I was talking with just started fucking dropping knowledge, using all these big fucking words. I didn't even know what he was talking about. He sounded very smart, though, and educated, which he is. And
It reminds me of myself.
because he also asked, like a cousin of his or something like that is a surveyor for construction. So he asked him about the tools that they use. And like, do you ever use it?
Yeah,
for
if you
a
do more
curve,
than
like,
30 miles.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you use it for a curve at any point in time when you're out on empty land, acres of land or whatever? And they're like, no, we don't. But baby hates that drink. Anyways, that's a whole nother podcast we could talk about. It could be this podcast, or we could just go back to the nursery rhymes we were talking about, and we could talk about some weird nursery rhymes, because I start to think about that. I was thinking about how dark and twisted nursery rhymes are in children's
All those
songs.
things. Like, think about Rockabye Baby.
Going back to everything that we were taught, how fucking twisted. Okay, let's look up Rockabye Baby real quick.
Rockabye baby on the treetops. When the bough breaks, the cradle will rock. Down will come baby, cradle and all.
Rockabye, cradle and all. Rockabye baby, gently you swing. Over the cradle, mother will sing. Sweet is the lullaby over your nest that tenderly sings my baby to rest. That's nice. From the high rooftops down to the sea, no one's as dear as my baby to me. Wee little hands, eyes shiny and bright, now sound asleep until morning. Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
And down will come baby, cradle and all.
What is those two
They
bookends
die.
have nothing to do with the middle. The middle part
Well,
of that
and
is
by the
really
way,
sweet.
the ending is what everyone sings. Everyone sings. That's the only part I
didn't
knew.
even know the middle lyrics.
That's what I'm saying. We only know about Dead Baby. We only know Mama doesn't really like it. It's crying too much. Put it up in a fucking tree. Make sure that the cradle, grandpapa made it out of actual real wood, so it's heavy as fuck. And then put it up on a real weak limb of a tree, and then wave bye-bye to baby. And then, I'm sad when it fucking splats on the ground.
Apparently, something about an heir in the 1600s, 1688. Many feared his heir would lead to a Catholic dynasty in England. According to this political theory, the lyrics of Rockabye Baby were a death wish directed at the infant son of King James II, hoping he would die and be replaced by a Protestant king.
Okay, now let's really think about this then. So, great, we understand motivation of song. Why have we kept this alive?
Especially if it was
Why are
started
we
to
singing
wish
this
death
to
upon a
our
baby.
babums? Right. Like, I'm sorry, this song needs to be retired and fucking buried.
And of course, the darkest one is Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah, sing that one, babe.
The nursery rhyme originated as a song about the bubonic plague, with the ring around the rosy representing the rash that appeared on the skin of those infected, and the ashes to ashes indicating the funeral pyres that burned the bodies of the dead.
I didn't listen to any of that.
That's okay. What is that? Ring?
I did hear burn the bodies of dead.
Well, yeah, ring around the rosy. Ring
Ring
ri-
around the
no, it's not
rosy,
even that.
pocket full.
It's ring a rosies. That's what it is.
Oh.
A pocket full of posies.
Do you know why? So that you don't smell a dead person.
A tissue, we all fall down. The king has sent his daughter to fetch a pail of water. A tissue, we all fall down.
So someone's sneezing.
The robin on the steeple is singing to the people. A tissue, we all fall down. The wedding bells are ringing. The boys and girls are singing a tissue, we all fall down. But yeah, it's about the bubonic plague, and apparently the ring around the rosy is the rash ring, is what I just read
Like the
to
ringworm.
you. That you didn't listen.
Oh.
And then the ashes is bless you, honey.
Thank you.
And the ashes to ashes
Oh.
and the funeral pyres for all the dead people that died. They would burn them. What's going on here?
Mike's all wet.
Yeah, he sneezed all over it, babe. Okay. Good one. Dark nursery rhymes.
Yeah,
How
and then
about
like,
this,
what about the Red Robin game? Where's that come from? Red Robin, let someone come over, or whatever that is, right? And then we run at them.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was talking about nursery
No, I
rhymes,
know,
not
isn't that-
games.
I mean, they're all like, think of every fairy tale. They're all nefarious.
It's
They're
actually
all
called
crazy.
Ring a Roses.
Ring a ring of roses.
Yeah, it's not even Ring Around the Rosie.
That's interesting.
I never knew that.
Mm-mm.
I thought it was Ring Around the Rosie.
Ring a rosy. Wow, that sounds creepier. Actually, did you just hear that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be the name of my next horse.
Rosie. Ring.
Pocket full
Really
of
hit those P's real hard,
posy.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep those P's
I
going.
do that for the people.
Jesus.
I do that for the bubonic plague.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that sums up that section of the.
We didn't even know we were going to talk about that. You know, we love the gruesome and the dark and the creepy and.
What's the most violent thing you've ever seen? Like violent thing ever happened that you've seen?
Well, I am a true.
And try not to pop your peas, please.
I try not to look in the direction of it. So even if I did see something violent, I would only see the first 3 seconds and then I shy away. I would look away. I'm trying to think. Let me think. I mean, obviously I've seen fights, you know, people punching each other.
Did I ever tell you about the one time when I was working at In-N-Out Burger? I don't know if I talked about this before on the podcast, but I'm going to talk about it again. I was walking to work one night, and I was working at the In-N-Out Burger in Hollywood. And that location was open till 3 a.m., so you would get a shift where you'd start at like 7 p.m. or something like that. And I was walking to work. I was walking on Hollywood Boulevard, and then I cut down, I don't know, whatever the street Hollywood High is on. I cut down that street because I was going to walk down to Sunset and hang a right and then go to In-N-Out. But as I'm walking down, I'm walking past like where the Jimmy Kimmel studio is. A motorcycle is riding close to the curb. And then I come to, there's a little crosswalk and another little side street. He is going, and then a taxi van was in the same lane and turned right in front of him. And I swear to God, babe, I'm like 20, 30 feet from all of this happening because I was about to cross the street. And then they both fucking went. Like,
you're lucky his motorcycle didn't
motorcycle guy
to you.
was going forward and taxi hanging a right. The guy hits the taxi cab. Somehow his bike kind of crashed away from him a little bit. And then he wound up under the taxi cab, and I'm just staring at all this happening. And then the back wheels rolled over him, ran him over. And then probably because of all the adrenaline, the motorcycle guy like gets up really quick and then just falls right in front of me. That's how close I was. Like he got up, he walked a few, stumbled over, fell in front of me, and I was just like, "Oh my God, dude! Oh my God!" I was like, "I'm gonna call 911, man." He's like, "No, man, no, I don't have insurance." That's what he said.
Wow.
And then I was like, I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
You should be like, it's LA. You don't need insurance.
Right,
They'll
so
pay for
true.
everything for you.
You'll get a $10,000 credit card.
Right.
And he got ran over, smushed, and collapsed at my feet. Told me not to call 911.
And you happily moseyed to work.
And then I went to work.
You're like, you want a burger?
I worked a full shift, and I was a little off that night. And people were like, "What's going on, man?" I'm like, "Well, I saw a guy get ran over on my way over here."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I worked, and then I didn't think about it after that, really.
Yeah.
But that was pretty violent. I haven't really ever seen blood and guts. I did one time as a child. We were up at the Griffith Park Observatory, and while we were up there, we heard gunshots in the distance. And as we were leaving, we were driving back down the hill. And there was a guy slumped up against the tree holding his stomach, and he had blood. Oh, he was covered in blood. I remember it well. I was listening to the Pet Shop Boys cassette tape.
You know what's interesting is
Eastern boys and Western girls.
Western girls. Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Really with the P's.
Yeah,
honey.
well, that
We're
one
really
needs
going hard
it.
with it.
That one needs it.
That's great. Thank you.
Hey, so
You're going to edit this episode.
No. I am sure that I have seen things, but my beautiful brain stows it away under, like, I feel like my storage of negative and icky things is so hidden. It's like all the way up in the attic, and then it's the last box in the corner that I've
That's good.
hoarded. Yeah, like I won't. But if I really think about it, I probably could come up with something. But like as far as blood and guts, no. What are you doing?
I'm turning you down because you are so loud.
Okay, first of all, I have zero control over that. That is all you. Now I can barely hear myself.
That's why I just fixed it. But, honey, you're still coming through hot. I've also seen a ton of violent videos because when I'm, like, in my dark place.
Hey, of course I'm coming in hot. Oh, whoop, 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 'cause I'm coming in hot.
Oh, jeez, stop with the bees, honey. When I'm in my really dark place,
Yeah.
I watch those those
I know,
videos.
and you
It's
know
been
what
a
I've
while.
told you.
It's been a while.
I have
Every now and again, they pop up
I
on
have
my
forbid
Twitter feed.
him. I have forbid him. You used to watch it
Yeah,
incessantly.
I know.
And whether you believe it or not, it affected you greatly.
One of the worst ones that I saw. No, I've seen a lot of like decapitations and stuff like that. But there was this one in the Middle East where they had these guys in this bunker, and the military guys were just giving them little stabs and little slices until they were dead. They must have sliced them like 1,000 times each. It was
That is
they
terrible,
just
honey.
and they just kept slicing them and dicing
Okay,
them.
stop.
Oh my
So this is what I mean.
they just,
Let me just tell you
fu-
though.
It's not funny.
Honey,
But they just
no
bled
one
to
wants to be
death.
driving in the car right now having these visuals. I don't.
It's not that. It's a reality, honey. And I'm sorry to say it, everybody. And I love you nuts. And you know it's a nutty world out
But
there.
let me tell you what
There's some
is-
crazy shit going on out there.
There is. And here's the thing, babe. Honestly, what you carry in your thoughts and what you see in your imagination and what you feel
Is what you create
is
in your
what you
world.
create in your world. Why would we ever want to
Are
bring
you telling
that
me I'm going to
shit
be
in our
diced
world?
and sliced to
No,
death?
I'm saying stop. Like,
I was just thinking about it.
adding
We're just
energy
talking
into
about it
that.
on the podcast. I was
yeah, but
literally
that's
just thinking
gone.
about it and talking
That's
about it.
like too far. Now, mind you, if it's a horror movie, fine. Because it's fake and we're watching. I love horror and it's great.
Oh,
'cause
this
it's
shit
not
wasn't
real.
fake, honey. This
But
shit was
that's
real.
what I shush.
And that's the crazy thing, too.
Oh my God,
is
he's doing the thing
everybody-
because he thinks he's Robin Williams right now on that one movie where
Everybody
he's in the
has-
military and he does the radio show.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Vietnam!
Yeah, he's moving the
Everybody-
fucking arm.
God, can I just get a fucking word
I'm
out?
trying to give them a visual.
Everybody has a cell phone now, so everything is fucking filmed.
That's another thing. If you come to LA, you can't afford a phone. You sure can.
You're
They're
given a
gonna
phone.
giving you a smartphone.
You're given a phone. That's the politics, honey. We stay out of that shit here on a couple of nuts. I'll tell
Well,
you
we're
what.
supposed to be staying out of negative people getting poked until they die too.
Poked to death. Oh, the Middle East. What a wild place. Hey, that's a good note to end
You
on.
know what? We don't even know if that's real. By
It
the
might
way,
not. Well, the video was very real.
we don't know. We don't know, honey.
I know that it was real because it wasn't made for like mass consumption. These were just dudes filming it happening and probably sharing it with one another. Then it wound up on the dark web somehow. And then sometimes I surfed the dark web. Oh my God.
Okay, enough.
The things
We are
that
not
I've
bringing
seen.
this energy back in the house. I'm telling you, our life has
The things
changed.
that I've seen.
Look at me in the eyes,
I
Sean.
can never look
Is this the end of our relationship? Is this a divorce time? Because I'm not living around this energy.
I think it's the end of our relationship.
Okay. Then we are signing off, Akon.
Wow.
This is the last time.
Wow.
You better come too, motherfucker.
Oh, you know how sad our little nuts would be if we got divorced, babe?
I don't know. You guys let us know.
Really? No, probably because then they'd want to date us. I know all our listeners probably want to. Most of our listeners are male. And after that last
So
episode.
they'll all want to be
where I-
inside you? Is that what they're saying?
No, the last episode where I talk about all the dicks I sucked, they probably want to date me.
So you think all of our audience is now also going to go gay?
No, because I'm not gay. You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of straight
Yes,
dudes.
but
And gay
one
dudes.
of
I'm sure
you-
everybody listens to it.
One of you have to get hard and stick it in a hole.
That's
okay.
not true. You
What,
could
are
be
you just
in a-
gonna
you
hit
could
each
be
other
in a
with it?
gay
You're gonna
relationship
scissor?
and never have sex, honey.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. At least in the beginning you do, though.
You make me so gay sometimes. Okay. That's enough. This episode didn't turn
This
out
is
at
all you.
how I thought it was going to happen.
Yeah, we got to do another one right away.
I was
and
out
I
there.
want it to be super like, yay, and
Okay.
happy and sweet.
Actually, yeah. Stay nutty, everybody.
Bye for now,
Kimsis.
you weirdo.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking